Today we're going to be taking a look at Air and the biggest reasons why you should go out and see this movie. The film is set in 1984, where Nike is a successful footwear company, but is still third in market share to Converse and Adidas. Sonny Vaccaro, played by Matt Damon, is tasked with turning around Nike's basketball division that is notoriously terrible, and with a limited budget of $250,000. But rather than split the budget on multiple players, Sonny decides to gamble it all on one player, a rookie from North Carolina named Michael Jordan. Sonny realizes, though, that in order to persuade Jordan to join Nike, it isn't just Michael he needs to convince, but it's the whole family, including his mother Dolores, played by Viola Davis. And from there, we see what it took for Nike to sign the iconic athlete, create the most iconic basketball shoe, and form a revolutionary partnership. I thought this movie was captivating from start to finish, and I think a lot of that has to do with this being an underdog story. I think everyone knows what Nike is today, how big of a juggernaut it is, but back in the 80s, it's pretty amazing seeing how Converse and Adidas were such stronger brands and so clearly the safer brands to choose if you were in Jordan's shoes. So it was pretty remarkable just watching all the gambles that people took, like how many innovative and revolutionary ideas came from the Nike and Jordan partnership. But aside from the great story that's being told, I think what makes this movie very enjoyable and very easy to watch are all the performances, because everybody brings their A game. Let's start with the lead, Matt Damon, who plays Sonny Vaccaro. He's a guy that you can trust. He seems very smart. He's got the charm that you would look for in a salesman. Probably a bit overly ambitious, and he's very stubborn. And it was important for this film to bring all these qualities to life. That way, as an audience member, you can put yourself in the Jordan family's shoes and be like, yeah, I think I trust this guy. Jason Bateman, I really liked in this movie too, bringing a bit of that comedic relief. He just kind of played the stereotypical marketing guy. He's got the wavy hair, he's got the quips. Another performer who adds to the comedic relief is Chris Messina, and my god, was he just chewing up scenes. And of course, Viola Davis. She brings such a presence in this film. Even during pitching meetings where you're in a room with Michael Jordan and a bunch of executives, it's Viola Davis, it's Dolores Jordan, who is actually the most powerful person in that room. There's so many great performances in this film, and this is where you need to give credit to Ben Affleck, because as a director, one of the main responsibilities you have is to get the best performances out of your actors, and he definitely did that. But I also appreciated his overall approach to the movie. To me, it felt like he just wanted to keep it simple, like he didn't want to get in the way of things. There's a lot of scenes in this movie that are just shot reverse shot, or just simple phone call conversations, letting the performances speak for themselves. So I feel like if, another director just came in here and tried to inject so much style, it just would have been distracting. But it also appeared to me that Affleck just had such a grasp of the material. He knew what made the 80s the 80s. There's a really fun opening montage that begins this film that's just like an 80s highlight reel. But he also knew what made Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan. So I really like the creative decision to never show Jordan's face. It's pretty interesting to me that Jordan is filmed differently than anybody else in the movie. So it really just helps create the aura of Michael Jordan. And I'll be honest, I am not the biggest Jordan fan by any stretch of the imagination. But there is a point in this film when Nike gets the opportunity to pitch to Jordan where I was getting chills because it sounded like I was listening to the origin of Superman. I kid you not, even the music in the scene sounded like I was listening to Man of Steel or something. Don't get me wrong, LeBron's still the GOAT. But those are my biggest reasons why you should go out and see Air. If you happen to see it, let me know in the comments what you thought of it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.